What has your manager asked you to do that you outright refuse to do? I worked at a small local pharmacy for 3 years while finishing my degree in healthcare administration. My manager, Richard, was always cutting corners to save money, but I never expected him to cross serious ethical lines. One evening, about an hour before closing, an elderly woman came in with a prescription for a powerful pain medication. Her hands were shaking as she handed me the paper. I scanned it into our system and immediately noticed something was wrong. The prescription was for a dangerously high dosage, nearly double what would be considered safe for someone her size and age. I politely told her I needed to verify the prescription with her doctor before filling it. She seemed confused but agreed to wait. I called the doctor's office, but they had already closed for the day. Richard saw me on the phone and came over asking what the holdup was. I quietly explained the situation and showed him the prescription. He glanced at it and shrugged, saying, "Just fill it as written, we need the business." I was shocked and whispered back that the dosage could be lethal. He rolled his eyes and said, "It's not our job to question doctors, just fill the damn thing." I refused, telling him I wouldn't put someone's life at risk. The woman was watching us with growing concern. Richard pulled me into the back office and hissed that if I didn't fill it, he would write me up for insubordination. I stood my ground and said I'd rather lose my job than potentially kill someone. He stormed out and apologized to the woman, saying his pharmacist was being difficult, but he would take care of her prescription personally. I followed him out and loudly announced that I was calling the prescribing doctor's emergency line to confirm the dosage. The elderly woman looked alarmed and suddenly gathered her things, saying she would come back tomorrow. As she hurried toward the door, I noticed she dropped something, a small notebook. I picked it up and saw pages of elderly people's names, addresses, and medication information. I immediately called the police. It turned out she wasn't a patient at all, but part of a prescription fraud ring targeting seniors and reselling medications. The prescription was forged. When detectives investigated further, they found Richard had been knowingly filling suspicious prescriptions for months, taking cash payments and not recording them properly. He was arrested for insurance fraud, conspiracy, and violating controlled substance laws. I was asked to testify against him, which I did. Amid the charged atmosphere following the incident, I felt an overwhelming surge of resolve and reflection. Every moment stretched interminably as I weighed the heavy responsibility of safeguarding vulnerable lives and questioned the very nature of our duty. The harsh, sterile hum of the pharmacy lights and the echo of whispered concerns mingled to remind me that our profession demands unwavering integrity. In that crucible of uncertainty, each second carved a deeper commitment into my soul, affirming that moral courage is the lifeblood of true care. Thus, even in the face of imminent confrontation and risk, I embraced my obligations with profound determination and empathy. The pharmacy chain's regional manager personally thanked me and offered me a management position at another location with better pay. I finished my degree while working there and now help develop ethics training programs for pharmacy staff. Sometimes standing your ground isn't just about following rules, it's about protecting people who can't protect themselves. Richard's willingness to ignore that red flag wasn't just unethical, it was potentially deadly, and I'm still grateful I refused that day.